So you might remember we were just talking about nitric acid. So again, the ic acid was derived from what? The 8 ion. So this is nitrate. Why is it 3? Well, because it's not on the 4. Remember that trick. So nitric acid, nitrate. Why is there only one hydrogen? Well, because there's only a -1 charge, right? And they write the hydrogen in front to let you know that this is an acid. Now, with acetic acid, if I remove this hydrogen, right, what's left? C2H3O2 minus. Why is it only -1? Because there's only one hydrogen. Right? And this would be the acetate ion. So if you look at all these, what do we see? Hydrochloric acid, that's the binary acid. Hydrobromic, remember I said this was a unique one, hydrocyanic. Here we have the acetic acid that I talked about. And then if we look at our big eights, here's nitric, right? Here's sulfuric, here's carbonic, phosphoric, and then chloric. So those were all the acids that I just went over on that Word document. But all of these ic acids that are oxyacids were derived from the 8 ions: nitrate, sulfate, carbonate, phosphate, and chlorate. But are there other acids on top of the binary and the oxyic acids? Are there additional acids? Are there more acids?
Yes.
How come? Well, remember, instead of nitrate or sulfate, I could have what? The ites. You guys remember the ites? You're probably like, oh, Sean. But how were the ites different than the eights? What did the ite mean?
It only had
It's
3.
less than.
It had one less oxygen,
Oxygen.
right? So nitrate has 3, nitrite has 1. Sulfate has 4 oxygens, so sulfite has 3. Chlorate has 3, so chlorite has 2. So we learned that. Now, I didn't require you to know it because at that time it was kind of overwhelming, I guess. But now we're at the point where, okay, well, now you have to be able to recognize that the ites are 1 less. That's why I was telling you, make sure you know those 8s, because now we need to know that the ites are 1 less. And why is that? Well, now the 8s give me the ic acid, but the ites give me the us acids, like lus, 1 less. So the nitrite ion gives me the nitrous acid. The sulfide ion gives me the sulfurous acid. The chloride ion gives me the chlorous acid. Now with chlorine, what do we notice? We can have more than just 1 less oxygen. We could have what? 2 less. Do you remember us talking about this?
Yes.
If you have 2 less, not only do you have the ite suffix, but you also have another prefix. Now you have the hypo. So this acid here is not just the chlorous acid, it's the hypochlorous, because it's 2 less oxygen from the chloric. So all those rules, and we can revisit those, I'll revisit. Can we name these acids? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, we should be able to, right? So the first one's, in my opinion, the easiest, okay? So is this an oxyacid or is this a binary acid?
Binary.
It's binary. So what prefix should you look for, Andrew?
Is it the hydro?
Yes. The binary acids have the hydro prefix and the ic acid suffix, so it's hydrobromic. Now this next one, is it binary?
No.
Good, Sam, awesome. So I could cancel out number 2. It's not binary. It's not going to have a hydro prefix. That's to throw you off. So your choices are carbonic or carbonous. The us is one less. That would be derived from a carbonite. So you have to decide, is CO3 2 minus carbonate or carbonite?
Carbonate.
It's carbonate. And the 8 ions give me the ic acids. So this is carbonic acid. Now, what I like to do is, you know that table in the book? It didn't have the bromate ion. But in your problems in the book, they asked, well, what's the name of this acid? Well, guess what could help you figure that out? The 4. The 4, that's why I taught that. So is bromine on the 4, on that periodic table that I showed you that trick for?
No.
No. So because bromine's not on the 4, bromate, right, would be BRO what? 4 or 3?
3.
3.
3. And it's a -1 charge. Okay? When I look at this, it doesn't have 3. It has 2. So it's not bromate, it's what's one less?
I bromate.
It's bromite. Okay? Because it's one less. And bromite gives me not the ic acid, because bromate gives me the ic acid. This is hydro prefix, that's binary. So this is bromous acid. So really, like I said, you know, when you're taking this test, you could have the book's table, but you know, what if you're doing your homework and something like this pops up and it's not on the table? What I try to do with the past, teaching you the 5 big 8s and that 4 trick, is now that, you know, you're expected to know more, that you can derive things, okay? So there's bromous acid, because it's one less than bromic.